military.
Yeah, this Comrade CBO coming live from Revolutionary Cafe. This is the kickoff for the African News Channel. You know what I mean? I'm here on November the 2nd with the Comrades, Ida Ref, and Askari. And I want to ask y'all, since today is November the 2nd, how do y'all feel about Assata Shakur and her liberation?
I think that's a really tough question. It's like, you know, Fred Hampton at some point he said you can never really say whether somebody's going to be a never revolutionary. You know, at some point a person could be a revolutionary, but at any point they can even be co-opted into, you know, taking a reactionary stance. And I won't go as far as to judge Fidel Castro call him a reactionary, but I would say that certain things, tendencies that exist, contradictions that exist in Cuba, you know, they're definitely apparent, and, you know, with embargo in place, Assata's life has been in danger, you know. We are just Assata. There's numerous other political prisoners who are exiled and behind enemy lines whose lives are in danger, you know what I'm saying? Shit, at the end of the day, you know, you can't live without dying. And, you know, I think that, you know, as long as we pick our way out, that's the only way we truly have control of our own destiny. Huey P. Newton said there's two ways to die, you know, as a black person in America, and that's either reactionary suicide or revolutionary suicide. Because even a so-called natural death or a death of natural quote-unquote cause, there are no natural causes of death. You know, and all unnatural causes of death would constitute as you dying from reactionary forces, which would make a reactionary suicide if you were to know this, or have consciousness of this and not to do anything about it. But then there's another form of death, which is revolutionary suicide, when a person is not only willing to die for that which they believe in towards changing these conditions, but also willing to do even the harder part, because, you know, resistance breeds repression, is to live for the revolution, you know, living revolutionary suicide, protracted struggle.
I think that Assata Shakur, the liberation of Assata Shakur is one of the greatest victories of the black liberation struggle in modern times, because it continues on the legacy of the people who fought against slavery, like the Maroons, the people who escaped slavery. Like, we think of modern day slavery as the prison industrial complex, and to escape from that dungeon, you know what I'm saying, is similar to like Harriet Tubman, is similar to Queen Nandy of the Maroons out there in Jamaica, you feel me, who escaped and fought against colonialism on all fronts, you know what I'm saying, and had liberated territory and raided plantations and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, in order to liberate not only the people but resources and create a society, a communal society, free society outside of, you know what I'm saying, the surroundings of slavery and deprivation, you know what I'm saying. So I believe, you know what I mean, that we got to continue that legacy, you know what I'm saying, because right now with the relationships of USA and Cuba trying to lighten up, that sends red flags to me, you feel me? And on mamas, bro, we say hands off Assata or we will kill your mama, father, son, and daughter. If you touch Assata, you feel me? Y'all better make a right decision and follow not only universal, not only international law, but universal law. International laws says that you have a right to have asylum, you know what I'm saying, to a country that has political differences, and no other the countries don't have a right to try to encroach upon that law. You feel me? So that's a war crime for trying to put a bounty on the head in 2012. How old is she? She's 70-something, 80 years old, you know what I'm saying? And for you to up the boundary as if she's still some kind of criminal. They showing pictures from hella long ago, like, you know what I'm saying, like she a threat. And by her having that victory, that is a threat, because it's an example that we could possibly win. And that's what they scared of. They trying to destroy that victory, you know what I'm saying? And not only that, they lashing out at other groups that are continuing to practice her teachings and her philosophy and her theory and promoting her contributions to revolution and her in the liberation struggle overall. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we feel about it. Black power, all power to the people. So
you said that the prison is the modern day slave plantation. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, the 13th Amendment of the U.S., you know what I'm saying, states that the only way somebody could be enslaved or doing servitude is if they're convicted or a felon, you know what I'm saying? So that says right there that slavery is not abolished unless you are incarcerated or you are in debt and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So they got a movie out called 13. You got to check that out and then read the book, The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. And that will expose the process of the Jim Crow laws, from convict leasing to all these different steps of slavery that they did to modernize it and continue to have like this whole economy built off of prison labor and prison slave labor, and the demand for prison slave labor is a lot of the reason behind the mass incarceration, the racial profiling, you know what I'm saying, the police terrorism. A lot of these things tie into it. So the prison movement and prison abolition movement is very important because, like George Jackson says, you know what I'm saying, we have to prove that the concentration camp tactic won't work on us. That's the a master prestige of the ruling class. People don't want to rob and get at the ruling class and they think they won't get away with it. So it's easy to prey on a person who's another poor person or another middle class person. You feel me? When you have that shit, everything around capitalism involves stealing or getting over on somebody. You feel me? So if you ain't go diss capitalism, you ain't go diss capitalist exploitation, don't get mad at the petty bandit and thief, man. You feel me? And that's all I'm saying, like, straight up. That's the conditions. Get mad at the conditions, man. Freedom of speech. Feel me?
Yeah, so you guys are starting up the movement called Urban Guerilla Hip-Hop. Urban Guerilla Rap. Like, what do you guys think about the recent hip-hop artists like T.I. and all the other ones? They seem to be talking about police brutality and stuff now. But this is something that y'all been talking about. So do you think what you guys is doing in the community is actually like reaching all those people like Colin Kaepernick and everybody? Or, I mean,
we realize that, we're not on no ego thing. We want people to be successful. We want the imperialists to be driven into the sea. We're not looking for no pat on the back, no trophy, or no recognition. We just trying to spread the message of international class struggle against imperialism, man. And however it reaches the people, whether it reaches them through T.I. or it reaches them through whoever, man. If Young Thug all of a sudden decides to stop cooling and come out, and do something revolutionary, man. Whoever comes through, man, if it reaches the people and it's gonna mobilize the people, man, then, so be it. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Power to the people.
All right, so where are we at? We in this nice building. We got the fire. You feel me?
This Revolution Cafe, right in the heart of 7th Street. You know what I'm saying? Where the soul and the spirit, nigga, the Black Panther live. You feel me? Right across the street from where Dr. Huey P. Newton smoked Officer Frey. You feel me? This is historic 7th Street. You know what I'm saying? Where many standoffs.
And they have the ability to teach a mass group of people, you know what I'm saying, through what we call entertainment, and they're ultimately responsible, you know what I'm saying. I think that a lot of people are coming into consciousness slowly but surely. You have Beyonce with the Super Bowl, and Kendrick Lamar, the award show, the BET Awards, and several other artists who, are picking up on it. But I just say this, man, to all the kiddie pool rappers.
What's kiddie pool?
Man, you niggas stop splashing around in the little ass kid pools. You remember the little Walmart plastic pool you used to slip?
Reach the surface. Go deep.
Reach the surface.
Man, go deep, though.
Go deep. Go all the way in. Don't just talk about a situation and not talk about how the situation happened, though.
Cause either you niggas are holding y'all tongue or y'all not well read.
If you ain't talking about the conditions that are plaguing our community, you a fucking agent. That's how I see it. You gotta be an agent if you see all this shit and don't say nothing about the prison industrial complex. You don't say nothing about police brutality. If you want speaking on that, at least say fuck the police. Shout out to YG. At least he said fuck Donald Trump. And then like Lil Boosie, you know what I'm saying? And then they got the other shit. They trying to ban. We got certain elements in the community, the Asian community, trying to ban YG for talking about, you know what I'm saying, hitting licks on Asian communities. When really he's just talking about, you feel me, some certain things that been plaguing the community. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna blame that, you gotta blame the wealth gap. You know what I'm saying? You gotta blame capitalist exploitation for us having to take back resources being stolen labor, stolen land. You feel me? So after that, you feel me, when you create this wealth gap and a lack of resources, you know what I'm saying? People really know. Like I just speak straight from the hood, man. You know what I'm saying? I just stayed in Folktown. I just stayed in Folktown before in East Oakland, right? There's hella Asians out there. They be hitting Asians too. You feel me? It ain't really about like black people preying on Asians or none of that shit.